Hello, ladies and gentlemen, men and women, boys and girls. I wanted to start by the words I've already used: gossiping, news, and because I already explained them to you in some format. This way, I'm going to do it in a different manner. I'm going to show you how I'm going to teach you it. So, this is pretty simple for me. I'm going to teach you in the manner of the favorite things that I like. So the favorite things that I like is God, for one. I call him Father. And the second, if not even probably the first, would be kids. This is how I'm going to teach you it, using God and using kids. Now, God, when he sent you here, he said, have fun. He said, love. He said, create, right? And be the best you can be is what he told you to do. Not to forget the major of it all. He told you to love, right? So when he did this, as you know, when you were born, you already know love. You already know to love, right? When you're born as a child, when growing up and stuff like that, when you grow up, you learn how to walk, you learn how to talk, you learn how to crawl, speak, all sorts of stuff, right? Dance, sing, and stuff like that. You learn all these cool things when growing up, right? Within all this learning that you learn when you're growing up, as I said, he told you to have fun, go and play, love, create. This is what he told you to do. As a father, because that's what I call him, Father, he has or he expects the most out of you. He is your biggest fan, your biggest cheerleader per se. He's the one who roots you on and tells you, keep going, right? That's who he is. As said, he created you and he said, keep going. When he said, keep going, he said, while you keep going, he said, shine bright. That's what he told you to do. He wants you to shine as bright as possible. No matter what obstacles come in your way, he wants you to shine bright. Okay. Now, I'm teaching you words through him, and I'm going to teach you words through kids. So, my words that I gave you yesterday in my introduction was to do with news, gossip, grapevine. Well, there's multiple more. Of course, there's snitch, there's media, there's he say, she say, there's mail / mailman, mail her, right? Told, tell, talk, speak, text, right? All of these things that I've just told you are all news. Sum it up into one word, I would say it's carrier. That's all it is. When you were a child, you interacted with other kids. You interacted with some you liked, some you didn't like. When you liked the ones that you liked, what you did was play with them, right? Now the ones you didn't like, you didn't want to play with them. Something about them made you not want to play with them. Maybe they were mean to you. Maybe they were a bully to you. Maybe they made you cry. But what you did was not want to play with that person. Now, as I said, Father told you, God told you to show love, give love, practice love, right? The ultimate of words is that word, right? I'm not going to get into that word that deep yet, but that's what he told you to do. He said to love and play, right? So when you're a child and you didn't get along with a kid, another child, what you did was not play with them. You stayed far away from them. And the ones you liked, you played with and stuff like that. Now, God doesn't expect you to play with everyone. He expects you to be courteous. He expects you to be accepting of who that person is. He expects you to not isolate, right? Isolating is not something nice. What he said to do was be kind, play, love your one another, right? All the good stuff you could possibly think of. In my teaching, I'm going to teach you about negatives and positives, goods and bads, black and white, right? All these words that I just gave you, black and white, negative and positive, good and bad, all the same things. Nothing different about any of those setups I gave you. Black and white, good and bad, wrong from right. They're all the same thing, just structured in a different meaning. Now, when it comes to these words, news and stuff, when you were a child, you would hear from another child and the child would say, don't play with that child, right? And then you would in return say, why not? I might like them or something, is what you would say as a child. And when you would do this, that person would say, you shouldn't talk to them because they were mean to me, right? Now, as a child, it's either you're going to say, okay, then I'm not going to do that. Or you're going to say, well, I'm going to see if he's mean to me or she's mean to me. That is what you're going to say as a child. Now, kids, tend to give other kids the benefit of the doubt. They don't sit back and say, I'm just not going to be your friend because that one says it. Kids are automatically kind and nice and generous most of the time, right? So for them, they're still going to want to be that person's friend. They might offer them a cookie or something, a lollipop, a candy, who knows, right? To be that other kid's friend. Right? Probably chances are so that that kid is not mean to them. When they do this now, that would be them going directly to see if that kid, that child, is going to be mean to them. And guess what happens when they give them that cookie? They find out that kid was not mean to them. And when they found out that that kid wasn't mean to them, what happened next? Was they're like, so why did that other kid say that? Now, this is what news is, and gossip, and grapevine, and snitch, and media, and he say, she say, travel, mail, text, talk, speak, told, tell, mail, man, meal, she, right? This is what that is. So if you're gonna get information and the information is not true, one would have to try to discern. One would have to, I don't know, go find out for yourself if it's true or not. At least that's what I would think one would do. Rumors are spread through news, through gossip, through media, through he say, she say, mail, traveling mail, text, snitching, through the grapevine. That is how rumors are spread. Now, when rumors are spread, can you take them at face value? No. When you pay attention to news on the TV, how much news anchors, how much news people from ABC, CBX, WXV, whatever you want to call them channels. There's about 20 news feeds going on one particular subject. The problem is with that news is simply this: everyone's story is not in sync with the story. That means one person says this, one person says that, one person says that, one person says that. Hence why you go to the source, right? The source is the direct thing within the news that can tell you what's going on, if that's possible, if you can do that, right? When you hear gossip when you're outside and somebody says something and you're like, what? Oh my goodness, I did not expect that. Then you say, let me go to the actual source that I'm hearing this gossip about, right? Somebody texts you something. You're not sure that's true. What do? You go to the source. It only makes sense to go to the source. See, even kids know to go to the source, right? So this is how I'm going to teach you these words and how you should go about it in a different way and stop making these negative words be an impact, a conflict in your life, all because you chose to listen to gossip, snitching, grapevine, news, media. Go to the source. Discern a little bit. Not because you heard it means it's true. Not because it's on the news means it's true. Not because the person is your sister, your brother, your mother, your father, your cousin means it's true. Not because the person you're hearing this of is coming from their family members means it's true. Hence why you should go to the source. Hence why you should not take what a person says as face value because it's not necessarily true. Now I'm going to end it there and I'm going to come back and give you some other words. Until then, have a great day.